there, it's Morgan with Highland Cycles. Today we're going to be working on a KTM 300XC. We're going to be working on the Mikuni carburetor that comes on all the 17 and up KTM 250s and 300 two-strokes that aren't TPI, obviously. We're going to be replacing the O-ring on the seat and the jet block gasket. So we got the jet block gasket kit from JD, which is a really sweet deal because it comes with everything, the tool and everything. Yeah, we're going to be showing you how to do that to solve any kind of weird issues you're having with the carburetor. Because generally when these things start to go bad, they cause problems that aren't real normal. So, yeah, stay with us. All right, we got the carburetor off. I'm not going to go into detail about how you do that. I believe that if you're going to do this kind of work on your carburetor yourself, you probably know how to get the carburetor off of a motorcycle. But basically, just be careful. Get it off there. You see, this carburetor is super dirty, as is the whole bike. So we're going to start by cleaning this thing. We'll take it apart, clean it, and then we're going to work on it. I'm not going to work on it like this. Look what just rolled in. The thief of all thieves.
The best tool guy ever.
Oh, always. If you've ever been a mechanic, you deal with guys like that all the time.
Every day.
Always trying to take your money for this junky, junky tools.
So we can.
What do you got for us there?
Infrared thermometer.
I bet that's showing hot because it's on me.
I mean, look.
We got the carburetor part, got the float out, and the first thing we're dealing with is this little guy. That is the seat, and the O-ring that keeps the gas from coming around the outside. It goes bad on these things, even when they're brand new. It's like they're using old carburetors with old rubber in them. So we're going to start with that, and then this is the jet block that has a gasket that goes bad on these things. So first of all, we're going to drop it in the ultrasonic cleaner to get it all nice and clean. Then we're going to work on it. Now we wait while the ultrasonic cleaner does its magic. Alright, we're going to start with the O-ring on the seat because these things leak gas even brand new. And when you're pulling this thing out, you got to go easy. You don't want to mar up the brass. So just nice and easy. Boink. And there we go. You can see that O-ring is already looking flat. Look at that. See how easy that cracked? That means it's old. One of my arguments about these bikes the whole time was that when they started putting these Mikunis on them, that they were old Mikunis because they're the same as come on like an 01 CR250. My guess is they've been hanging out for a while. So I'm going to get a new one of these. Boom. There we go. Take that. Nice and easy down in there. Put a little retainer guy back in. Don't have to go crazy tightening this thing. Just make sure it's snug and it's not going to come out. One problem fixed. Now we're going to get this jet block out. The cool thing about the JD kit, it comes with the tool if you don't have one already. This is nice, but I have a better one that I'm going to use. So it's a T10 Torx. And on these tiny little bolts, you want to make sure you're all squared up and be real easy on it because they strip real easy. And they don't send you any new ones in the kit, so you got to reuse these. So if you look in there, see that, guy? See how it's deformed? So as you can see, this jet black gasket is already jacked up from a pretty new bike. It's got 100 hours on it, but so I'm gonna get rid of that. The new one is a metal gasket, so it's not going to deform like that. Put it in like that, and it also comes with O-rings. See down in there where the bolts go, those are where the O-rings go, right down in there. Get those in place. Let's see, they're in there. So with this thing, I find it easier to put it in there. Get everything kind of lined up. Like, use a pick, get things kind of lined up. Then I'm going to set this in nice and easy. So then take your fingers, you're going to hold that in place so that it can't go anywhere. Take your screws and start this by hand, right? Because you don't want to get these things cross-threaded. Use my one on the ratchet just because it's easier. Tighten them down. I honestly don't know what the torque spec is, but little things like this, it's not a lot. You just want to make sure it's tight. Look in there. Looks nice and smooth, just like it should. Alright. Looks nice. Bolts back in. Put it back together. And just like that, it's fixed. So, as you can see, that little gasket, even on a bike with, you know, it's 100 hours, but it's still pretty new. That little rubber gasket's no good. I recommend doing this. It'll make the bike run a lot cleaner, a lot better, get better fuel mileage. It's seriously one of the bigger problems with the Mikuni. I think the biggest problem, honestly, is the needle that comes in it. That's the thing that makes it run bad from the get-go, but that little gasket failing is obviously also a giant problem. So, yeah, I'm going to put this thing back together and take it for a test ride.